All right. So here's the deal. DCKO is a thing. Heroes and villains are going head to head. I don't know if it's a fight to the death or not. I guess we'll see. But before me and my self-esteemed friend Fitz here reads DCKO for the first time, say hello.
Hello.
We are going to do our own round one predictions, which is based off of this bracket map that DC made. And some of these matchups are interesting, and some of them are just. But do you understand the mission here? We're starting from the left column, top to down. Then we'll work our way to the right column, top to down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these matchups are freaking nuts.
I'm just like, did you think about this before you did this? Because it's like, this is an absolute, no pun intended, one-sided matchup.
Yeah. And it's okay. So some of these characters I know of, and some of them I don't. And I feel like for what me and Fitz are gonna do here in this video is we're not doing this based off of fight to the death. It's just gonna be who would come out on top in a just one-on-one, just defeat, no kill. But if I need to look up a character or we need to look up characters to get their power set, that's completely fine. We don't know everything. But starting with match 1, we have Superman versus Giganta. Do you know who Giganta is?
You and I have had a discussion about her prior, and I can easily say my statement of, did they think about some of these matchups? Because they're obviously one-sided.
Yeah.
Superman without a doubt, dude. Come on.
Yeah, like, I have to go with Superman as well because I think because recently me and my girlfriend were watching a video about Deceased, the entire storyline, and there was a zombified infected Giganta, and Superman he fights her, he knocks her down pretty fast, and I mean she could take on Superman with her strength in size, but he can also match her in strength, along with even more than that. And he's also got everything else going for him: the flight, the heat vision. It's just, yeah, I kind of have to give this to Superman. I have to give it to that. So we're in agreement it's Superman?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, because I don't see how Giganta... Does that mean Giganta couldn't beat Superman? Oh, of course not. But alright, so we got Superman, match 1, Superman versus Giganta. We're both in agreement. Superman.
Yeah.
So, we got Superman. Okay, so match 2, we got Captain Atom versus Power Girl. Okay, so...
Such an awful decision. This is another one of those, I would say, this is unfair.
Yeah, because Captain Atom can go toe-to-toe with Superman. That's how powerful he is. And if I'm not mistaken, let me pull out my handy DC encyclopedia here. He's got certain abilities that are pretty wild. Let me see here. You hear me flipping?
It's kind of like for anyone who's ever read the Injustice comics, it's like putting Superman against a fully formed out and planned out fight with Constantine. It just won't work for you unless you cheat.
Yeah, it and here's the thing, I pulled up Captain Atom, and here's what it says. Captain Atom is a hero with the ability to manipulate the quantum field. Although the US military wanted to use him as a living weapon of mass destruction, he has chosen to wield his devastating power for the good of all mankind. However, with almost infinite energy at his command, he must constantly struggle to hold on to his humanity. And it says here his abilities are: he can absorb and distribute energy at will, quantum bolt projection, super strength, stamina, and endurance, quantum speed, whatever that means, draws on quantum field as an inexhaustible power source.
Yeah, no, he clears. He just clears. There's no...
Yeah.
Again, when it comes to Power Girl, Power Girl's strong. She's no Superman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's... Because that's basically. I mean, the only way I'll say this is that this is kind of close in the sense of Superman can fight, Kryptonians can take on Captain Atom, but
it's a more even fight for them.
It's a well even fight, and it would be quite the brawl. But honestly, I would probably have to say, because I believe that's what she is. Isn't she just like Supergirl from another reality, basically?
No, she's like another family member.
I could have sworn. I don't know. I have a hard time keeping track of with these superheroes and their extended families, honestly.
No, she has a whole different name and everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to find... Where are the P's, man?
Where are the P's?
What the hell are these things? Okay. Towards the end. Punchline, no. Question, no.
Where's the P's? The question. Interesting choice of alphabet there.
Where is... Okay, here we go. No, she's literally an alternate Supergirl.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, her name's Kara Zor-El. She's from Earth 2. So, I don't know. This is kind of close, but I might have to...
I give it to Atom.
Who do you...
I give it to Captain Atom.
Give it to Captain Atom?
Yeah, easy.
Honestly, I might... I think I'll go with Captain Atom as well. I think...
For me, it's an experience issue. Because Power Girl, again, is strong, but she doesn't have, like, the combat stuff that, like, Superman has had, I'd say, with everyone.
Okay, so we're both just agree with Captain Atom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, match 2, Captain Atom versus Power Girl. We're giving it to Captain Atom. So, now match 3. We have Guy Gardner Green Lantern versus Firestorm. Okay, so we have a guy with a power ring that can make hard light constructs that is only limited by your imagination and, its battery power, versus a superhero metahuman that can change the molecular structure of things.
My money's Firestorm.
Like, oh yeah, what gave you that idea?
Like,
who would win? The guy who could make a anvil appear over Firestorm's head, or the guy who could turn kryptonite into lead? Like, that's not even a joke. Like, I'm gonna pull this up. Like, I know what Firestorm's abilities are, but I gotta just bring this up. But yeah, like, this dude can just change just the structure of things and make them, like, he could just change things. Yeah, he could control and rearrange inorganic matter, fly, and manipulate his own molecular structure and emit energy blasts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's Firestorm, because
no difficulty.
Lantern is kind of outmatched. I mean, the only way I could say this is that I could see them fighting, but, like, can Firestorm affect hard light constructs? Like, would he be able to, like if he was being held down by one, would he be able to, if let's say he's in a Green Lantern bubble, would he be able to get out of it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can break those. People can break that.
Yeah, but you have to be strong, though.
Dog, look at Firestorm again and ask that question. You have to be strong, though. I can literally change my molecules into anything. Gage, I don't think he's going to have a fucking problem.
Yeah, because, like, Firestorm could just... Yeah, he's strong. Yeah, you're right.
Like, Firestorm is really powerful.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I mean, like, this dude could just change. Like, he can turn... Like, remember in Doomsday Clock, he turned a bunch of people into glass by accident.
That's why I'm like... You put him against Guy Gardner, like, even if he was fighting, like, Hal Jordan, hypothetically, I'd still give it to Firestorm.
True. Guy Gardner's guy's arrogance might also be a weakness for him.
Yeah, so I believe we can all agree it's Firestorm on this.
So match 3 between Guy Gardner versus Firestorm. It's Firestorm. Man, out of these first 3, it just seems so
uneven.
Yeah, like so uneven. I mean, I'm sure some people would say, actually, I'll give you credit to the first match, but Captain Atom versus Power Girl and Guy Gardner versus Firestorm, there's some that could be, subjective. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I could, but like realistically, the power scaling here, like, Guy's out of his league. Yeah, so it's Firestorm. All right, so got match 4: Jay Garrick the Flash versus Cheetah. Okay, so we have a very experienced speedster against a cheetah woman. You know how
we didn't even have a conversation about this one.
I mean, I don't really think, like, she can barely kick Wonder Woman's ass. She's not like a speedster. I mean, like, realistically here,
he just go really fast. So have her fight Jay Garrick. Yeah, that makes sense.
He would,
fuck it,
like, push her down and stand over her and say, "Yield," and she'll say, "I'll never yield. You." And before she can finish the last word, he'll like smack her like a million times. Like that. You can't just fight a Flash. That's not how. Like, that's not easy. Unless, like, yeah, no. I'm sorry. I gotta get this.
She doesn't have it. She just doesn't have it.
She just doesn't have it. You don't have it. You don't have the cards.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
You're not that woman either. You're nothing. You're
not that animal, pal.
You're not that, like, you're nothing. And not like the nothing you are now, but a more sad, pathetic nothing. You got nothing. Like, go home. Like, who let you in here? Alright? Like, just go home. Go fight Wonder Woman for the umpteenth time. But yeah, some of these are pretty just... I'm looking at...
The next one's going to be interesting. The next one, I think, is the most fair matchup, but...
Yeah.
Let's finish with this one.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to look at Cheetah's abilities real quick. It says here, channeling the spirit of the cheetah grants superhuman strength and agility, razor-sharp claws, as well as bloodlust. Yeah, it's Jay Garrick. Let's move on. So match 4, Jay Garrick versus the cheetah, Jay Garrick. We got match 5, Aquaman versus King Shark. This, I mean, okay. I'm going to look him up in my little encyclopedia here just to kind of get his abilities, but I can kind of guess here. But I wonder if he'll say anything about him and Aquaman.
Are you looking up King Shark's abilities?
Yeah, I'm looking up how he might fare against this, but go ahead and see. How do you see this fight going?
See, this is the one I can't really... I have a hard time with this one, because I'm like... I think the obvious choice most people might make with little knowledge might just be Aquaman. He's literally fighting a shark, but King Shark's not like a normal animal either. He's literally a god. Or descendant of a god.
Yeah, it says here he has... His abilities is giant shark-like humanoid possessing incredible strength. That's about it.
Yeah, so unless Aquaman... Although even... It's one of those... I want to just say the easy choice is Aquaman, but like King Shark's also not a slouch.
Oh yeah. He's 7'2" and 380 pounds.
So I mean, if it was like just a raw fist fight, I'd probably give it the Shark, but Aquaman has also a lot of other factors.
He's also... Yeah, Aquaman's incredibly strong and durable.
This one's a tougher one. This one's really tough.
Like, I kind of want to give it to... I don't know. I think because it... Going off of abilities alone, he has incredible strength, and I'm sure durability as well. But if I go here and look at Aquaman here, he's probably, like, not a slouch either. Like, he's tough shit. He's, like, almost, like, bulletproof. Yeah, superhuman strength, reflexes, and stamina due to hybrid Atlantean physiology, telepathic control over all marine life, of course, water breathing, pressure resistance, energy and heat resistance, wields a powerful trident. Honestly, dude, I might have to say Aquaman. Just because...
I'll hold on that one, too, for Aquaman. Just because, again, want to give it to Shark because I like King Shark a lot, but
Yeah.
he's literally fighting the Lord of the Sea.
Yeah, who's just as strong as Superman, almost. Superman and Aquaman could go, like, head to head. And, like, I don't think King Shark could. Like, if one character can take on Superman and the other cannot, that really just goes to show where the power scales shift. In my opinion, at least.
Fair.
So, match 5 between Aquaman versus King Shark. Gonna give it to Aquaman. So now, this is probably gonna be interesting. Because this is so subjective. Okay, so we have match 6. Connor Hawk versus Hawkman. I'm sure they put them together for that comedic thing. Because you got Connor Hawk and Hawkman. I'm sure Scott Snyder was just laughing his ass off, just going, "Oh, this is so funny," but whatever. Let me see if I can pull him up because I think he just has the same abilities as his dad, Oliver.
Which is nothing.
I mean, not exactly. Remember in DC, he took out Aquaman with an eye shot from far away.
Oh, I can snipe real good. Real Chris Kyle over there.
Oh yeah, and what do you do, Dakota?
I work.
I got a pharmacy license. Look at me. Look at me being able to get your prescription. And me, I just clear weeds and take care of animals. I'll just throw a gardening hoe at them. Wonder if that'll be effective.
Just 3 Xanaxes in your mouth.
I just have him like a whole thing, like a headlock. I'm like, Dakota, now you just throw like 3 Xanax pellets into his mouth. Take down Connor Hawk like that. That's crazy.
My money's on Hawkman, by the way, as you look up that stuff. Because Hawkman's just Hawkman. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he has more factors going into this fight than I can shoot a bow. Really nice. Like my dad for me.
Yeah, but then again, Green Arrow is also very resourceful in the sense of, like, he's prepared. Kind of like Batman in a sense.
Yeah, but he's still no Batman. Like, you're having him go up against someone who has, like, an nth metal mallet, first of all.
And can fly and has a freaking mace.
Yeah. Like, come on, Gage.
I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, alright?
I think he can take a hit. I genuinely think Hawkman would probably take a bow, take the arrow, and just start mauling him to death.
Alright, we'll give it to Hawkman.
like
I was gonna give it. I mean, it's just sometimes you have to think outside the box with some of these fights. Like, with the right shot, could a skilled archer like Green Arrow or Connor Hawk here, disable the wings?
Yes, I could see that. However,
and they're both skilled fighters.
Doesn't think it's willing to whip your ass either.
Yeah, but I believe Connor Hawk's also a skilled martial artist, just like his dad.
Yeah, but Hawkman has literal millennia's worth of combat experience through all his reincarnations. So, like, bro, it's like, yeah, you can be a great martial artist like fucking Oliver, but at the end of the day, Hawkman literally knows combat from the start of combat. Like, he just has combat intelligence out the ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he was able to ground Hawkman, well, what if he has a special arrow? What if he's got a bird net arrow? You know?
That just means every fight that Ethan Hawke is in, like, oh, what if he has a kryptonite arrow? Oh,
I mean, he does have that.
Arrow?
He could have that.
Kill arrow.
He could have that. Come on.
What if he has the shark bait arrow for King Shark? Do you know how fucking ridiculous is that?
Okay, so I'm guessing it's a close fight. We'll give it to Hawkman.
This next one is also a really good one.
So Lex Luthor in power armor versus Black Lightning. So Lex, okay, let's get this out of the way. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Lex is the smartest person in the DC universe. Is he not?
It depends.
So I could have sworn he was.
He's one of the top.
I mean, I know there's always God, but like but
The top three are Lex Luthor. I forget number two, and then the third one's Mister Terrific.
okay, genius. Lex Luthor, stuff we already know. Genius level intellect, fast resources disposal, connected in business and criminal circles, employs technologically advanced war suits. I mean, this guy takes on Superman with varying degrees of success, mostly in the negative. How do you feel about this matchup?
See, only because it's Lex Luthor is the his amount of cunning and intelligence. He would know how to deal with Black Lightning, but the issue is Black Lightning also would just have hands ready too. So it's he could probably deal with him, but it's a process. I would probably still give it to Lex only because how smart he is. He would know how to just handle Black Lightning. Plus, Black Lightning is like a lower tier character in the grand scheme of things. So I feel he's not as much of a threat.
Yeah, and I also feel like a lot of the things he could do, basically, which is like shoot electricity at him, and like also electromagnetic fields. Like if he wanted to try and like mess up Lex's suit, I don't think he really could because Lex is prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like he built that suit to take on Superman, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, this is kind of tough because I don't know a lot about Black Lightning, but I know I know his power set. But like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll agree with you and just say Lex Luthor, because maybe that intelligence could play a role, but then again, maybe his arrogance could be a.
See, that's a good factor too, but also it's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
All right, so match 7 between Lex Luthor versus Black Lightning. We're giving it to Lex Luthor. Now, your favorite. You were waiting for this one. One of the favorites we were waiting to talk about. Out best for last, at least for this column. Got Etrigan the Demon versus Supergirl. Now, I know you're excited, so go ahead and give your explanation for why.
No, I want you. I want
What?
you to go first.
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay. Okay. So out of these two, you know me. I'm well aware of Superman's weakness to magic, but then again, who's not weak to magic? I have to say, in a fight like this, given that she's got the power set, for me, because we've argued about this in private off of this video, I want to say Supergirl because, in the sense of she has all those powers, kind of like the whole Captain Atom Power Girl thing. It seems lopsided, but when you actually put up the power sets, that it could be quite the fight. However, and knowing that Supergirl can also be kind of brutal sometimes, depending on continuity, it's I don't know, like this is close, but I kind of want to say Supergirl, but I can understand why Etrigan would can also come out of this on top. But doesn't he have like a drawback though? Because he has his his fire powers and his strength, but doesn't he have to like also rhyme to do certain stuff? Do you wanna?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's the thing. I think he just rhymes it because that's the kind of demon he is. He's a rhymer. But he doesn't need to rhyme as he shoots a fireball at you. He could just do that.
Yeah, and it's Hellfire, so it would hurt Supergirl, obviously, as well.
But we might want to look that up, though, just to be on the safe side.
Well, I would imagine. Well, I would imagine because it's like Hellfire. That's like supernatural, magical stuff, and it could hurt. I would imagine it could hurt Superman.
Because like it's like Zatanna, which we'll get to eventually in this list. Zatanna's biggest drawback is being able to say her fucking music, her magic.
I would imagine because he's got the supernatural strength. He's got the Hellfire that could most likely hurt Kryptonians. I would imagine because of its supernatural.
He doesn't have to rhyme.
He doesn't have to rhyme.
It's just a choice he makes. He
Yeah.
just chooses. So yeah, no, that's why I'm giving him the edge. But you were still on your end. You probably say anything.
Yeah, but the way I see it is he has an edge, but at the same time, like, can his strength match a Kryptonian's? And also you think about the Kryptonian power set. You got heat vision, the incredible speed, the freeze breath, all that stuff, and the flight. So it's like she can use that to her advantage against him. Although he's magical, it's not like she'll punch him like she would punch anyone else, and he doesn't move, and she's like, "Ow, my hand," because he's magical. He'll get knocked around. They can match each other blow for blow.
But see that's where my counter is. Etrigan's also been around for more years than Supergirl has in terms of combat prowess. That's the issue. He has battle knowledge.
That's true.
Just because of him being attached for generations to different people. So he has human combat knowledge. Then since he's a higher up demon, he has all the demon and devil shit that he knows from all of that stuff. On top of his magic.
Now
so
I have a counter to that. Supergirl is also trained in combat. She was trained by Batman.
Yes. But
so they're both good fighters with strength to back it up, going blow for blow.
But again, millennia's worth of combat knowledge.
Yeah, but it's also the stuff that Batman knows is millennia of knowledge, but not through going through millennia of living, but stuff that's been learned throughout millennia. Still, a skilled fighter is still a skilled fighter.
Yes, but an experienced fighter is also
but they're both experienced though. One's just more experienced than the other.
See, that's where I'm getting at. He has more.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can't be defeated though.
No, I don't say he can't be defeated. Etrigan's gotten his ass handed to him before, but it's normally by a bigger supernatural force that's taking out Etrigan. It's normally something of like a next level power. Yeah. I don't consider Supergirl that powerful.
Yeah, but she's also
would take his boots.
But she is but you have to remember, like, there's that force multiplier. She's very fast, very fucking strong, very durable and invulnerable. Probably just like Etrigan. With the heat vision, the breath, the way she can utilize that also in combat that he can't. Because he only has, like, one type power like that to be a projectile, which is Hellfire. If that's what he uses. Dude, I think this might be our first inconclusive one. Because... Yeah. So you just want to call this like a tie? Like inconclusive?
Yeah, because we're not going to agree on this one.
Yeah. So, but I'll put on the screen what our choices are, and then we'll have to come back to this and see. So, match 8... between Etrigan the Demon and Supergirl, we are inconclusive. I'm in the Supergirl camp, and he is standing by his boy Etrigan. So that's our first inconclusive. Interesting enough. I figured that one was going to be a tough one. I figured. So starting with the right side column, top to bottom, we got Wonder Woman versus Starro. I have one thing to say. Okay. What the fuck? So...
Such a weird choice.
A founding member of the Justice League that... against a intergalactic threat that destroys that enslaves and controls entire planets and societies. And it was also literally, if you go back to the classic Justice League America when they started, he was that villain on the cover.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman versus a planetary threat. I mean, I'm not trying to be a Wonder Woman basher here. I like Wonder Woman, but if one of those stars gets on her, she's done. It's over. He's also huge. I'm not downplaying Wonder Woman. She's very fast. She's tough as nails. She's got a warrior's heart. But holy moly, you know what? Go ahead and give your 2 cents on this. I don't.
I am in agreement with you because, again, I agree with you. Wonder Woman's everything that you listen, but she's not a. Remember, it took a team to take down Starro.
Mm-hmm.
It took a team.
She
ain't no fucking team.
If you remember James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, he had to be stabbed in the eye, eaten by rats, melted with polka dots.
To be fair, that is a film version of the character,
Still,
admittingly,
but it shows how much, like, it realistically, if you're gonna murder him, like, defeat, and this is defeat, not kill. So how do you non-lethally stop? Does she just punch him really hard? It's not even like
I agree with you.
This isn't even like the other Starro thing with like the Robin costume.
Starro.
It's not even him. It's Starro.
No, I agree with you.
No, for real. Who the hell here could defeat Starro by themselves? Except maybe Firestorm.
I was gonna say Plastic Man.
Man, is this?
Well,
I don't.
Let's go down the list here. Actually, Swamp Thing probably could. I'd imagine. Maybe Zatanna.
Could Vixen tap into the could Vixen tap into the red?
The red ain't that deep cut. The red ain't helping there. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we got that would probably stop him single-handedly.
Unless this is like a Starro that's like shrunk down. And
yeah.
Just like Patrick Star just going at Wonder Woman like, ugh. But thing is, man, this one actually, this legit just pisses me off. Do you understand this?
No, I get it.
Like, why?
The only way I could see Wonder Woman beating Starro is if it's, ironically, the absolute Wonder Woman doing it with all the bullshit magic stuff that she has. Like,
oh man,
she could beat Starro.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like
not easily, but she could.
Yeah, not only is Starro a planetary threat, he could be a solar system wide threat, a galaxy threat. Like, okay, let's just give this to Starro and move on.
Lobo and Plastic Man.
But hold on, before we do it, so match 9 between Wonder Woman and Starro, we give it to Starro, unless someone's got some argument for Wonder Woman, like she just crashes her visible jet full of explosives into his eyeball. I don't know. Okay, but match 10, Lobo versus Plastic Man. This is another matchup we actually talked about a little bit outside of this video. Uh-huh. And man, like, they're both like evenly matched in the sense of just how durable they are. But
neither one could die.
Yeah,
that's the issue. Neither one of them can be put down permanently, really.
Yeah. But this is where I think the experience, like you've brought up a few times, really comes into play, because Lobo is someone who's been around the universe as a bounty hunter, dealing with different types of alien species and threats and all that. But I don't know, maybe I kind of want to say between these two, I kind of want to say Lobo, because I feel like he has some sort of way to, if he's able to utilize his arsenal, like if he has like his weaponry, he could find a way to neutralize Plastic Man, like acid, or like either acid or cryogenic, like ice, like freezing him. And
but you also got to remember, even then, Plastic Man will just come back together.
Yeah, but he has to defeat him though.
Yes, and that's where I think O'Brien would win. because Plastic Man could just cheat. He could literally just wrap himself around Lobo and knock him out through suffocation. Like, it's so goofy, but he could do that. So yeah, this is one of those fights where, like, I think we can. I would be happy to just say, let's just say it's indifferent. Like, neither one of us will agree with the other, but like, it's because both characters are literally unkillable.
Yeah, and I also
Both have enough experience and skills. Like, it could literally go either way.
yeah, I feel like, well, the thing with Lobo, it's more like he's got his experience and ruthlessness and his invulnerability going for him, along with possible weapons he could use against Plastic Man, with really only Plastic Man's abilities being the only thing. Like he's just strong and durable. So I don't
But
know.
he's also, like, I think with Plastic Man, the factor of he also can turn into whatever the fuck he wants. So, like, he could literally just be whatever he needs to be in
Yeah,
whatever
he could just
situation.
turn
That's the
himself. He
problem.
could just mold himself into Lobo and just punch Lobo in the face, punch his head off.
Yo, new strat. Just become your enemy.
Sun Tzu once said, "You must know your enemy to fight your enemy." Just becomes Lobo and punches his head off.
Carnivore Sun. I'm literally just imagining Plastic Man is the one writing the Art of War in the shape of Sun Tzu. Just has his little colors on him.
Uh, all right, actually, you know what? I think I'll just for this match 10, I will give it to Plastic Man. I'll agree with you.
Really?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
I agree. So match 11 or match 10 between Lobo and Plastic Man, giving it to Plastic Man. So now we got Swamp Thing versus Vixen.
Swamp Thing. No doubt. Sorry.
This is interesting because I believe they both tap into a force.
Yeah. I believe Vixen is the red.
Yeah.
And, what's it called? And Swamp Thing is the green. The reason why I give it to Swamp Thing is because Swamp Thing is more of a. They're both forces of life, but I consider the abundance of plants being literally everywhere and everything that we're constantly seeing. Like, sure, she can tap into the animals, or fuck it, even if she's able to summon some animals, by same proxy, if there's just one thing of grass, that bitch is dead. Like, it's one of those. If you look at their power sets,
Until she summons a bunch of plant-eating animals, they eat them alive.
No. She just hit his ass with some locusts, and that's it. It's a wrap. But, like, honestly, this is one of those fights where it's two forces that I don't think have ever interacted in a way of combat.
At least not to our knowledge, at least.
Yeah, like if it was like the force of, I think the one for Death, Black, I believe is one of them. If it was like that versus either of them, it'd probably just be that one, because the K would just win in that regard. But it's literally plant life and animal life. This is one of those. I give it the Swamp Thing just because I've seen him fight more shit than I've seen Vixen, but also I've not seen much of Vixen.
Yeah, it says here she uses the mystical Tantu totem to channel the abilities of any animal, allowing her enhanced strength, speed, flight, and mimic any animal feat or characteristic.
Does she have that? Is she an avatar of the red?
Inheritor of the Tantu totem, she can channel the abilities of any animal by tapping into the red, the morphogenic field of all life on Earth.
Okay, so the answer is no. She's not an avatar.
Yeah, she's not an avatar, but she can tap into it, basically.
Yeah. She has access to the red, but she's not the avatar of it. She's not Animal Man, okay? That I think does change things a little bit.
True.
That's the reason why fucking Swamp Thing doesn't ever stay dead, is because he's the avatar of Green, so they just keep bringing him back.
Yeah, because you can tear him to pieces and he'll just come right back.
Yeah. Well, that's also not necessarily the element itself bringing him back. That's just what his power is because of him being the avatar of it. But like, if you were to completely destroy Alec Holland or Swamp Thing, depending on the continuity and version they're using, he would just have a council at the Green, and they would just kind of shit talk him for like a minute, and then just bring him right back because they don't want him to die until they have a new avatar.
Yeah, I feel like Vixen could run circles around him with her agility and speed, and also match him maybe in strength. But I feel like just like that, he can also match her in strength. Swamp Thing, matching her in strength, and also just his other abilities, like can he change his size, control plants, and all that. I might have to give this to Swamp Thing, honestly.
And this is one of those. They're very similar. They're the same but different. The issue is Swamp Thing is quite literally effectively a god. Not necessarily in the traditional sense, but again, he's the representative of plant life.
Yeah.
And he's quite literally the living embodiment of it. For the most part, in most continuity. So, like, you're literally having her fight life itself effectively. It's like, I mean, yeah, you can fight it, but...
Well, the red is also all life on Earth.
Yes, but she's not the avatar of it, is what I'm getting at. You notice one of those powers listed was not fucking healing.
Yeah, that's true. But...
Unless he takes on the characteristic of a lizard.
Just look in two different directions at once. Like a chameleon. Okay, so match 11 between Swamp Thing and Vixen. We're just going to give it to Swamp Thing. So now, we got match 12. Cyborg versus Batwoman. Okay.
Oof.
I mean...
These next set of matches are fucking rough.
Yeah. I don't know, like...
This was a weird one.
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
where do we even start? Like, does she have the ruthlessness of her... Bruce to where she could just access a dormant virus that he implanted in Cyborg when they first ever met?
And
just disable him?
I love that part from the Injustice movie. Do you know what I'm talking about when Batman reveals the virus? There's like a split, like 2 second scene of Killer Croc going, man, that's cold.
Yeah. To be fair, though, Cyborg's dangerous.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I give it to Cyborg because of all of his bullshit that he...
Yeah.
Like, she can fight, like, she's hand-to-hand, she's got gadgets, but he's not normal technology either. He's like, what, is he the Mother Box, or is he one of the box?
It's basically Mother Box technology. So, basically, New Genesis, what's the term? New Genesis, New Gods technology.
Yeah, he's literally, like, next-level technology, like, unless we are giving her the same prep we would give Batman. Like, if Batman had prep time kind of a deal, if we gave that to her, it would be more even.
Yeah.
I would still give it to Cyborg, because again, he's literally a fucking effectively new god tech.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's yeah, I'm sure there is gadgets and tricks that she could use, but in an all-out brawl, it wouldn't be enough, I don't think. Like, Batman win on a one-on-one with Cyborg? He could, but, how many times out of 10?
Yeah. Like, I think if it's a straight fist fight against one of those, if it's a straight fist fight, it's Cyborg. Because even though, again, she has combat prowess, Cyborg is literally a machine.
Yeah. Not to mention, he'd probably pull, like, a Tony Stark from, like, Civil War, just analyze her fight pattern and just start beating the shit out of her.
Or he just boom tubes her to another fucking universe.
Or she just jumps at him, he boom tubes her, and then it's like she comes out the other end, and she just flies into one of his fists. Oh man.
Oh, he just sends him home.
Yeah.
That's one of those people with so much in his own arsenal that he can do. I think he has the dub on this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to give it to Cyborg as well. Match 14 between Cyborg and Batwoman. We're gonna give it to Cyborg. So now, match 15. Batman versus Starfire. Batman, next question.
No fucking elaboration, y'all.
No elaboration. We're not touching that. I mean, okay. This is tough because she's basically a lantern herself, but just of the...
He's, I believe, compassion is hers. Compassion or love?
No, pink is love, I believe. Purple is compassion. Or violet. I don't know. Yeah, each member uses an all-consuming love to power a violet power ring that affords flight, protection, energy projection. So it's basically the powers of Green Lantern. So,
yeah,
Batman versus hard light constructs.
Remember, if we're going to go to that extent, Batman was a Black Lantern holder for a while. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if he's
but he doesn't.
not.
He doesn't have the black ring. This is Batman.
What he did during fucking death metal?
Well,
That was
is,
literally why he was alive.
is this death metal, Dakota?
Gage? They're written by the same person. Chill.
I don't know. I think in a straight up fight, like, I don't think Batman can even take on Green Lantern in a 1-on-1 fight.
Really?
Well, mostly because it's like, how do you fight? Because the only real way to take on a Lantern, I would say, from Batman's perspective, is you need to blind them. You need to blind them and break their concentration. Because they have to concentrate and they have to be able to see what they're doing. That's actually one of the weaknesses that is one of Batman's contingency plans from Tower of Babel. Is he had a contingency plan for Green Lantern where he understood that the ring would warn the user of impending danger and also protect them, but to defeat them, he used a post-hypnotic suggestion, I believe, to make blind by making the ring make him blind.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to give Batman that kind of fucking prep on this, though.
Yeah, but it's just the way of, like, how could Batman fight a Lantern, you know? But because he's got...
but he's not a normal Lantern either. He's fighting one of the Sapphires.
Yeah, but she has the same abilities. She's on the spectrum of the emotional lanterns. There's the Red Lanterns, Orange Lantern, there's the Sinestro Corps, they're the yellow ones, there's Green Lantern Corps, there's the Blue Lanterns.
I mean, if he doesn't have his Black Lantern ring as an accessory,
I don't think he'd be carrying that in his utility belt.
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he carry the yellow one?
Oh, I forgot. Was he a Yellow Lantern?
Yeah, he had one.
Oh, dude. Bro.
He puts them all on.
You know,
he's like,
DC.
he puts them all on, becomes a White Lantern, and he goes, I am the Spectrum.
2 moments later, he's just on the floor dead.
He just cuts to the Peter Griffin of him at the bottom of the stairs, just on the ground. I don't know. I think, I you know me, I love Batman, but it's a tough fight. And he's fought more powerful people than this, but I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna say Star Sapphire, just narrowly. What's your view?
If he doesn't have his ring, then I'll give it to Star Sapphire.
I don't even think in the book he's gonna have the rings, so I don't think it's worth.
I will tell you after the recording once I read it.
Gotcha. But so we're going with Star Sapphire.
Yes.
So just narrowly with Starfire though. But all right, next match. Match 16. Red Hood versus Damian Wayne.
Red Hood.
You think it's Red Hood?
I think it's Red Hood without a doubt.
Why?
Damian's too fucking cocky.
That's true.
Damian is too up his own
That's
ass.
true. That is true. And I think Red Hood, and they also know each other too well. Like
that's why I'm like, this is effectively a fight of brothers where the older brother. Although I'll say this, I don't think Red Hood has the same combat prowess that Damian has. Without a doubt, he doesn't. Damian was literally trained by the fucking Brotherhood of Shadow. He can fight circles around Red Hood. My issue is, I think Red Hood would probably just shoot him. Non-lethally, but he would just shoot Damian. Damian can't block a fucking bullet.
Yeah, he could get him into a sense of like security and then just shoot him with a non-lethal round.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Again, Red Hood can fight too. He was trained by Bruce.
Yeah, just can't handle a crowbar or a bomb blast.
Who can though? Let's be honest.
I know I can, personally.
I'm just imagining you fighting up Gage just going, pussy.
Just looks down at him. Fucking skill issue. He's like, what the fuck?
Blows up. Survive. Got him, boys.
But I don't know. Although, I think, they're both good fighters, and Damien definitely has the edge, being raised by the League of Assassins. I believe that's what they're called. I don't know. This is kind of close but yes, his cockiness could be his undoing.
I think it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I give it to Red Hood because he doesn't have as much of a fucking ego as Damien does, and Damien's ego has gotten him caught up. Where he would have won situations, but he just, because he's up his own ass,
Yeah,
it backfired. So I think they would be fighting. Red Hood's going to say one thing to piss him off. He's going to start going off how much more superior. Bam, he's just going to get shot with a trank dart. And that's it.
yeah,
Homie's not ready to just take a bullet.
that is true. I mean, you know what? I'll give it to Red Hood. Honestly, I can see it, but it's very. I'm leaning Damian Wayne, but I could see the Red Hood argument, so I'll go with Red Hood. I'll concur with that.
Because, if Damien didn't have an ego, if Damien didn't have this sense of superiority, this shit talk, it would be Damien, no doubt to me.
Oh, yeah. Especially, this is the guy who literally is his father's son. We all know how Bruce is, with even less humanity. Who thinks he legit thinks, oh yeah, no, I'm going to be Batman one day. So.
Oh, it's going to be Dick. No, again, it's also, I've seen things where Red Hood and Damien, or Jason, I should say, and Damien Damien will just talk shit to him and just end up on his ass. He's done that to Nightwing also.
Yeah.
And again, Damien is, I would say, the better fighter between, Dick and Jason. It's his mouth and his ego. That's his weakness.
Yeah. I agree. So we're going to give this to Red Hood?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now this next one.
Yeah. This one is rough, because you have literally Barda, Big Barda, you want to call her that, who's literally from Apocalypse.
New God.
Yeah, literally. And up against a normal chick that just, knows hand-to-hand combat and
magic.
Has magic because she can say her spells backwards. And knowing the ferocity of Barda, she's going to get in close and try to brawl and fight. So I'm not even sure if Zidana's going to have much time to react.
Yeah, see, I agree with you. This is one of those fights where I would say if Zatanna just doesn't immediately hold her down with magic off the rip, it's over.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, if you can't utilize your stuff right away, because she's powerful as shit, so it's but if she can't use that advantage because she has to say stuff backwards, that is rough.
And and that's her problem, that how we're discussing with Etrigan. Etrigan doesn't have the rhyme to do his magic. He can just do it. He chooses the rhyme. She has to say her shit. That's the problem. Yeah, that's why if there's ever side note, if there's ever Zatanna versus Constantine would win. Unless he's oh fuck, I still love you. You win.
I'm looking at Zatanna's thing in the encyclopedia. It says here, her powers and abilities. She's an expert magician with knowledge of innumerable spells, which she can use to teleport, create mystic barriers, fire energy bolts, control the elements, heal bodies, and manipulate minds. Generally casts an enchantment by reciting a word backward, but can also cast a spell by other means. So what else can she do without... So it says here, magician with knowledge of innumerable spells, which she can use to teleport, create mystic barriers. So, but I feel like without her being able to say stuff right away, it does take a lot of stuff off the table.
I think her big hits would be taken off. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, like
That's tough.
I don't know, like that is tough because she would be able to, yeah, like maybe with her wand she can like shoot stuff and like create barriers and stuff like that. But if there's something serious she needs to get done with, like saying a spell and she has to say it backwards, that's rough. Now, on the other hand, Barda, she has to make sure she can get in close because if she has to basically close that distance, don't give her any breathing room. But if she gets distance between them and she can't immediately take on Zatanna, she's at a really big disadvantage. So, yeah, this is tough.
There are too many variables.
I might have to just say, because it's one thing to like compare the two and you can go, oh yeah, but like this is them going into a boxing match, a cage match if you will, and they have to fight, so it's like, or an arena like gladiators, and it's like, yeah, she's gonna close the distance really fast. Like, we're using logic here. And if I also go to her in the trusty encyclopedia here it is. Big Barda, powers and abilities. An immortal with superhuman mental and physical attributes as part of her new god heritage. Exceptionally strong and tough even for her kind. Arsenal includes formidable Aegis armor, if I'm saying that right, an apocalyptian rod that fires energy blasts, and a battle maul inscribed with Darkseid's Omega crest. Expert warrior trained by Granny Goodness. So she's even got like stuff to use even at a distance, but she wants to, I know she'll get in close because she'll probably understand Zatanna's power set and then just close the distance, and then Zatanna's gonna have to like really use her abilities, otherwise she is toast. Man, honestly, after hearing both of those, like, where do you stand? Like, what's your gut? Where's your gut leaning?
I'm feeling more towards Barda than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely tips the scales in Barda because unless Zatanna can use the, like, maybe we're wrong. Maybe people are like, actually, you know, she's got this and that. It's like, yeah, but if she can't use her magic and Barda gets in close, that's gonna be very bad. Like, you better hope she uses her magic good, otherwise she's screwed. But honestly, I might have to go with Barda on this one. Big Barda. Do you pretty much agree with that?
Yeah.
So, match 15. Got to give it to Big Barda. Between Zatanna and Barda. Give it to Barda. And now, the one we've all been waiting for. Match 16. We got Harley Quinn versus Metamorpho. I know you've been dying to talk about this one. This is like
Metamorpho, no fucking doubt. There's no fucking chance in hell that Harley Quinn wins this fucking fight.
Like, let's just, like, I know his abilities, but let's just go here.
Okay.
Metamorpho can just for people in the audience. Metamorpho can transform his body or parts of it into any element contained in the human body, potentially giving him incredible strength, flexibility, and durability. I've seen this guy turn into gas and knock somebody out. He can turn into kryptonite to take on Superman. Dude can literally change his density, become like, oh my gosh, dude, this isn't even a contest. I don't even know, like, who was making these matchups? Who? Like, who decided to throw Harley Quinn versus Metamorpho in here? In all honesty. This is just like the Starro and Wonder Woman stuff all over again. It's very...
Literally, Gage, this is Coughing Baby versus Atomic Bomb. Like...
Literally, like, a not all there mentally woman with a psychology degree that's really good at acrobatics versus a guy who could transform himself into any element in any form. Gas, solid, or liquid.
Nuke.
Sorry. Just turns it into uranium and gives her, like, just radiation poisoning.
Just gives her enough to lose her hair.
Oh my gosh. So
Dye that back.
I think it's pretty obvious it's Metamorpho here.
Yeah. There was no way.
Yeah, like,
The moment I saw Metamorpho, who is he fighting? Harley Quinn? I'm like, are you sure?
are we just breaks fourth wall? Are we for real, DC? Some of these I don't understand. I just genuinely don't. Some of these were so, like, most of the first column on the left was we blew through those with only a couple being debatable, like Aquaman King Shark, Etrigan's, yeah, like, then we got the first ridiculous one on the right, with Wonder Woman Starro.
Yeah,
there was Lobo
off the rip, the most ridiculous shit possible.
Yeah. Then we have Lobo and Plastic Man.
It had such a great matchup, though.
Yeah. Ugh. Man, yeah. So match 16, the last one between Harley Quinn and Metamorpho. We're giving it to Metamorpho. I don't know. But as you can see, that is all the matchups we have. So, Dakota, for a quick review, how do you feel about all these matchups?
I feel it's really fucking silly.
Yeah, because there's 16, and I would say out of that 16, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like only 5, and maybe a few more, or 1 or 2 more that are even like, okay, these are like only like those ones are like, oh, this is quite, you got this down, think about this, with a few more being like, okay, like Firestorm and Guy Gardner, like a Green Lantern versus Firestorm, that seems very lopsided, but it's like, how could, like, is there a limitation to Firestorm? Could he affect the light constructs? Could he affect, whatever? Then there's Red Hood and Damian Wayne. We give it to Red Hood, but Damian could easily outfight him, but I digress. But man, there are some silly ones in here. Like, what do you think is the worst one in here?
Probably Metamorpho and fucking Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
there is arguing room. There's history with these characters, not necessarily together, but like they fought in. People are definitely bigger than they probably could be.
Oh yeah.
But like Harley Quinn versus Metamorpho is just the most like, okay, King Shark versus Aquaman sounds like a no-brainer, but there's layers to it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Vixen versus Swamp Thing, there's layers to it. That's fine. Red Hood versus Damian, fucking genius choice. Wonderful. Makes sense. There's layers. There's history with these characters. Then you just get Metamorpho and Harley Quinn. It's like, what is she expected to do?
Like, hit him really hard with a giant hammer, a mallet? Like, what?
I hit him with a mallet. It was a big mallet.
Is there any, like, I'm not even sure if electricity can really take him down either. Like, in the sense of, like, she can pull something to, like, a little...
I generally think he would just one-shot her, too. He'd be like, okay, my fist is iron. Anyways.
Yeah, just turns into chloroform gas and just goes into her lungs. Or he becomes a giant wave of water and just drowns her until she's knocked down and just spits her out. Like, honestly. Yeah, I kind of have to think that's like the worst one. Now, here's the thing. What's the best one? Do you think is the best?
Easily, I would say it's going to be Plastic Man and Lobo. Easy. Those are the two closest matched characters because they both literally can't fucking die in any traditional means. They're both fucking ridiculously durable.
Uh-huh.
And they have an infinite arsenal to use on each other. It's one of those, these two characters as odd as it sounds, are really good for a fight. Because neither one would ever have to pull back. I mean, Lobo would never pull his punches either way, but
Yeah.
O'Brien doesn't have to pull punches either. He
Yeah.
can do literally whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
And neither can die again. So it's like,
yeah, that is true. That'd be quite a fight, and it's like, but I would also I would agree with you on that. But I would also say, at least for me, and I say this because of the amount of debate we put into it, is Etrigan the Demon versus Supergirl. But to wrap this long episode short, this is definitely a very I mean, this isn't an original idea, but it is probably one of the coolest events I've seen come out of DC lately.
oh yeah, DC's been killing it.
Oh yeah, in a good way this time. Yeah, like I'm definitely looking forward to reading this because I know you already have it. You have a copy for me. I'll make sure to get that when I can. And we're definitely gonna have a lot to talk. I mean, we'll even talk about the story itself in a separate video when we can.
Oh yeah,
100%. But
like yeah, I'm going to read it after this. I won't say anything. I'll
got
just
it.
read it and say nothing.
You'll read it and be like, hey, guess what?
Guess what Batman does?
Man, Harley Quinn did not come out in one piece.
I just showed you a picture of her just fucked up.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did you do? The child did not survive.
It's like they're doing like it's like that Key and Peele episode where they're doing like the interview before the fight. She's like Harley Quinn's being like the funny one. Metamorpho's like, I will teach her God's lessons, and God's lessons are beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, that's literally what that would be. Oh my gosh, but alrighty, to cut a long episode short, this was fun. The moment I saw this, I was like, okay, we have to do something. We have to. Just, I can't. Yeah, and you know, it's a good old fashioned who would win, and that's always fun to do. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to how this is gonna update. I'm really looking forward to that. But alrighty, I guess we'll call it there.
Oh,
Yeah. But alrighty, people, if you've actually stuck around long enough for this long, grueling video, hopefully it was somewhat enjoyable. But if you have any sort of disagreement or insight, if you care enough to share it, feel free to let us know down in the comments. We will look. We'll definitely do a round 2, round 3, all the way to the end as this event, plays out. And I'm excited. But other than that, I guess we'll call it. You want to say goodbye?
see you.
See you guys.